Yeah, we're pushing out some little old sickly calves. Most of them look really good. But me and this old young man, we're going to get along. I was going to share with you a boy right there on that side-by-side coming. He's been helping us for probably, 3 weeks. Staying here at the place and working. Look at that son. And I told him, I said, you got certain chores, certain responsibilities that yours to do, and I'm not going to remind you. If I got to remind you to do what's yours to do, then I don't need you to be doing what's yours to do. Because there's just too much to do to be constantly reminding people what they should be doing. And part of growing up, part of maturing, part of becoming a man is know what needs to be done, know what's expected of you, do it without being told. It's huge. And I don't know why, but somehow or another we've got where not only do we have to be told, we got to be asked, begged, pleaded, paid, bribed. No, just do what you're supposed to do. That's the answer to success in life. Do what's required of you, as a man, as a husband, as a woman, as a mom, whatever. Your requirements ain't the same as mine. Mine ain't the same as yours. But if we don't change the habit of teaching people they deserve and they have an entitlement to just life. No, my body has no entitlement but to get up off its dead sorry butt and go to work because I'm hungry, because I got bills, because I got stuff I need. Shut my alley gate where I can go to the barn. When you shut yours, shut that alley gate and let me go toward the barn. It's so I'm doing this morning, riding Erlands, checking. I've been up reading the Bible. I've got 2 different men's conferences I'm preaching in October. One of them's a man's conference, and one of them with John Paul up at Woodward, Oklahoma, and Leanne Hart, and that's not a men's conference. It's more of a life, family outreach for their church, and we're just going to do our best to be a voice of encouragement. But I'm doing this men's conference, and it is titled as a man's retreat. I cannot stand the word retreat. It goes against the very core of my being. I do not believe man and retreat should be in the same category. Even vocabulary. I just don't even know how the two do not go together. And I hope Reverend Pastor Brent Warren, a friend of mine that asked me to do it, is watching, because I'm going to hammer him. They just can't retreat. There is no retreat. So anyhow, I need to stay focused. We're going to do something. We're going to add a deal. Wednesday afternoon, we're going to do a film. We're going to film me and Joe talking through John 7 that got us to John 8. And whether it belongs there or it don't belong there, they added it. It's not a story they made up. It is a story that was added because of the influence and the power of it. It could not be in the Bible. It wasn't in the original manuscripts. I have no reason why. We talked about it yesterday. But the thing is, just like this morning I showed y'all a young man, the reason I want y'all to see him is part of his job. His job is to check waters, make sure they're pretty clean. If they ain't clean them out, make sure they got chlorine tablets where the algae ain't just growing rampant. Check mineral troughs, and just kind of, that's his, and then he feeds all the horses of a morning, and then we do whatever's next. This morning, I was tickled because I seen him out there checking the water trough. He drove over on there, checked the mineral trough, and he circled the backside of that pasture to make sure all the calves were up, which they are. All of them are up. Look. They're all up, waiting on breakfast. And Mickey's feeding them in the back, and he'll come back down this lane feeding, and then he'll feed these guys. But these guys are the straightest. They've been here the longest, so they get fed last. So they're told you got to wait a little bit, which is a whole nother message. But we should see that in the kingdom, I believe. The new, the young, the hungry, the sick, they need to be tended to first. Guys like me, lay pastors and elders, they can get fed, and they need to be feeding themselves. but they can get fed later. They ain't no. And church folks they can get their feelings hurt because you didn't pay me no attention. You didn't say nothing to me. You didn't even speak to me. Well, fact be told, on a Sunday morning, I'm not looking for church people. I'm looking for somebody. Now don't buck on camera. That would not be funny. I'm looking for whoever has quit bees right in my ear hole. I'm looking for whoever the Lord has gotten to get up and barely found the courage to attend church. For who fought all the way to church, who has not eaten in days, who is dying of thirst. That's who I'm looking for. And when I see them, they get my attention. I can't help it. And that's how we all should be as maturing Christians. Those of us that belong in a church, to a church, been brought up, we should all be at church, seeking, praying, desiring to see those that are starving in the church that day. Barely made it. Can't believe I'm here. Might bail out at any minute. They need priority attention, water, food. Just like the woman in John 8, whenever all them people was in the temple to listen to Jesus teach. Yet he gave her, that situation, his attention. So, something to chew on. We're going to go through that, though, Wednesday. I ain't sure how it'll go live, just like this deal here does, but it'll be Wednesday afternoon at some point in time. I don't know that we'll have internet service Wednesday down there at the lodge. So I'm pretty sure we won't have. So more than likely we'll film it, and then it'll go Wednesday night or Thursday morning. I appreciate everybody. Hope you have a great day. I hope you heard something Sunday that was powerful or influential, important. I know I did. He blew me away with $2. Adios.